How do you transition from one show weekend to another?
I mean, basically Monday through Thursday, I'm just in bed every day, all day, just doing nothing.
Yeah,
Um,
gotta do it.
yeah.
So here's what we're gonna do. We're just gonna roll right into it. Sean, I'm so hyped to have you, man. I know
awesome.
you don't have any idea who I was. As of like 3 days ago, you didn't know who I was.
No clue.
But I messaged you. I DM'd you on Instagram because I love your content. I'm huge into Pokemon. I love it so much, and I love the energy that you bring
Thank you.
to the Pokemon community. I've never had the pleasure of meeting you in person.
Yeah.
We'll talk about later in the podcast. Maybe I'll find you someday because you're not too far away from some family, from my understanding.
Awesome.
But we'll figure that out in a second. But
yeah.
I wanted to bring you on. You were hyped, and you said you've never done a podcast before.
Yeah.
So I'm glad to be your first. This is very exciting for me, and I hope this is exciting for you.
It is. It is. Thank you.
And right out the gate, you were a little nervous about kind of what I was going to do here. You didn't know what I was going to say
Right.
or ask you. You were like, maybe I can get the questions early. But right out the gate, I'd like to know where your whereabouts were on February 23rd, on the evening of the February 23rd. What were you doing, man? I need to know.
23rd.
For legal purposes.
I was.
Yes. No, I'm kidding. You're fine. It's going to be chill. I promised you this is going to be relaxing. I didn't want to be like a Barbara Walters interview where I'm over here like grilling you about your whereabouts. I thought that'd be kind of fun, but
yeah.
No,
so, are you actually a scalper? Like, start going off. Like,
well, listen, I've heard some stories. No, that's another reason. We'll get into that. That's obviously a part of the hobby that is gross. I don't see that in your content. I don't see that in your videos. The vibes are good. The vibes have been good here in the minutes that we've been talking. So listen, you got my stamp of approval so far, but let's see if you can lose it by the end of this podcast. You never know. Anything's possible.
Yeah.
So I want to talk about real quick. I know I don't know much, right? I've seen all your content. We obviously haven't spoken a whole lot.
Yeah.
But kind of where are you located? Where do you travel? I know you get around more than most vendors from what I'm seeing.
So I'm originally from Sterling Heights, Michigan. I moved down to Taylor, but I travel really like across US technically. I've been to Hawaii, I've been to LA, Florida, Texas. Like I've been to quite a few states since I started this journey. It's been pretty great.
That is pretty. How did you get over to Hawaii? I know you do the shirts. Your shirts qualify for Hawaii, but I didn't know you actually had been there.
So I flew to Hawaii. I didn't like walk or anything.
That would have been awesome.
That'd be crazy.
That would have been
an awesome walk. So they do a yearly show. It's called Hawaii PopCon, and I have some friends they had like a whole section, and they offered one of the tables to me. I was like, I've never been to Hawaii, so let's do it. Like I'm down. It was so awesome, like so worth it. Like the weather was amazing, and like the people there are so nice, and a lot of people like recognize me or whatever from like just being in other people's posts and stuff like that. So it was pretty cool to see like a whole different place.
That is pretty intense. That's got to be obviously a crazy long flight. What's it like flying with your inventory on a flight that long? Like, are you just thinking like, all right, this luggage is lost, bro? Like, am I getting this back?
So the good thing about it is I actually get this question quite a bit when I'm telling people that I travel. So I have my Zion case. It's like a 4-row case on wheels and everything. It actually is my carry-on luggage. So
really
with me on the plane, put it up top, like everyone else does. And so it's nice and secure with me at all times. Like I almost never leave my case. So I'd never worry about it at all.
So the clothes get the other treatment. You're like, whatever about the clothes.
Yeah.
So
if I don't have clothes for the weekend or whatever, I'm straight. As long as I have my inventory, we're good.
That's honestly, that's a good tip for anybody out there trying to vend obviously the cards are key. You wouldn't be doing it without it.
Yep.
You can maybe not legally, but you can do it without clothing.
Or at least
I don't know if anybody would come to your table. Yeah, no one would really come to your table, but it'd be really weird. Cool. That's awesome. I love that you've gone to different states like that. I'm in North Carolina. My wife and I met in Florida. We kind of grew up in Florida as well. So where in Florida, like, kind of have you hopped around?
I've been to Orlando and Miami.
I've heard of them.
So far.
I've heard of both of those.
Yeah. They're
awesome.
they're pretty popular, I think.
Yes. Yeah, that's awesome. So you're not doing any like just random like Leland or like any other weird things over there.
Not yet.
Yeah, you're
not yet.
Not middle Florida is where honestly that's where all the money is. Middle of the state. right on
We'll
away
have
from
to
the
figure
coast.
that out
That's where
then
all the
for
big
sure.
money
Thanks
is.
for the tip.
Sebring, big fan. Okay, let's go. Let's throw it all the way back. I'm curious, kind of how your journey got into this, because I'll be honest, I've collected for a really long time.
Yeah.
I don't know that I've ever collected to the capacity where I'm like, maybe I want to get into vending.
Yeah,
But when
yeah,
I'm watching your videos,
yeah.
dude, I want to do that. Like, I love talking to people. I love hanging with people. The only thing I don't have is a massive Pokemon card inventory that I want to get rid of. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
Like, I have cards, but I don't want to get rid of these things.
It's
How
tough.
did your journey kind of start? And when did that flick, like that flick switch? When did
Yeah.
that switch flick that where you were like, I'm gonna try this out and we're going all in here?
Yeah. I mean, first off, I was a collector growing up. I know
Okay.
as people were. But I kind of grew out of it, and then I came back into it around like the Crown Zenith Pokemon Go sets that came out, and I ran a pizza shop just before this, so I was working a lot, and I was bored when I got home because COVID. I was
Yeah.
sitting at home every day, and I started watching streamers on TikTok rip and ship. So I started just buying packs and buying like just going crazy, spending way too
Yeah.
much money. Like I don't condone that at all. Like not a
Yeah.
good idea, but it was so much fun to me. And then I started hearing about card shows. So I was like, well, let me go check it out. So I flew out to Kansas City, met up with some friends that I met online. We did Collecticon in Kansas City a few years back, and just like going to tables and talking to people. So that was like really cool to me. I built up this massive inventory just of cards that I've pulled myself, and I was like, it's time for me to shorten up my collection a little bit here. So I decided to set up at a show, and it kind of the rest was just history, honestly.
So what did that process look like? Like right now, to me, I'm like, man, what's it take to get a table? But honestly, is it as simple as just saying I want a table and you give some money and you show up with what you got? Like, what does that look like?
Yeah, so basically anyone can be a vendor, right? It just like you got to have the right things like a display case and just enough inventory to fill a display case, some cash for some change, if you need to give out change. But yeah, basically I just kind of emulated what other people did for their tables, and I also kind of looked at what I didn't like some vendors doing. For the most part, like it's not being as friendly, not engaging, not really there to actually make an impact on a collector. They're there for like the money. So I kind of looked at
Mhm.
that stuff, and I was like, I want to make it fun, like it's Pokemon. I want to like
Yeah.
want everyone to have a good time.
Yeah, that's awesome. Glad you elaborated on that, because I was definitely going to ask with names too of like who's out there that's ruining the hobby specifically.
Hey, if they're not a good vendor, I don't even know their names, man. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, that's fair. So how does it feel? I mean, you've done enough shows. What does it feel like if you pop up and your table's next to a vendor and you can just feel the vibes are different? Like, do you ever have that where there's like you're surrounded by people where it's like, I don't know, they're a little bit different. Like, obviously you got to be cordial because that's your neighbor. But I mean, like if they're doing different, I don't know, if the vibes aren't different, I feel like I'd be chilling with everybody, especially when there might not be anybody at your table. How does that work?
Yeah, it is definitely a little weird, but like at this point, I'm kind of just doing my own thing, and I'm mostly busy the whole show that I'm at now. That where it's like I don't even pay attention to what's like around me. It's like almost like tunnel vision. I got
Yeah.
all my customers in front of me that I'm focused on them. But yeah, definitely like before, I would kind of be in sections of people that I knew. So there wasn't very many people that I'd say was around me that I didn't like what they did and stuff like that. Or like, oh, they would just be sitting down the whole time, sitting on their phone, or just not even helping people out. It's just like, what's the point of being here if you're not, do something, like, I don't know.
It is. No, listen, I 100% know what you're talking about, because I've been to a few card shows where I'm walking past the table and I like kind of like what they got, but they're just like, they couldn't be bothered that a human is standing there. And
Didn't
I'm
even
like,
say
what are,
hi. Like,
hi? Like, hello? Like, I got to knock on a door to like say hi to them.
that's
Yeah.
just how some
No,
people are. I understand.
and you do an awesome job at it. Obviously, like I said, if you want to follow him, everybody, I'm gonna give you the plug throughout this podcast. But it's Atomic TCG all over the place, right? Like Instagram, TikTok, YouTube,
Yeah.
or anywhere else. I don't know
Yeah,
any
yeah.
social
So
media
all of
platforms
it
I'm
is
missing.
Atomic TCG. Instagram is Atomic TCG MI because I couldn't. Someone already had
Mm,
Atomic TCG, so I had to add the
okay.
MI at the end of it for Michigan. But yeah, it's all over. So yeah, all socials.
Awesome. Yeah, give him a follow for sure. I don't think you'll be disappointed. But yeah, it's really cool to see this, and it is. I do feel like you've kind of gotten me to this point where I'm like, I think I want to do this, but now I need to invest in some sort of inventory, right? Like I need to go out and
Yeah.
buy somebody like Mima's like old Pokemon collection down the
Yeah,
street
yeah.
where she's like has, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like I need a bulk lot. I don't know how that looks,
Yes.
but what did that look like when you were like getting inventory? I guess that's a kind of a
Yeah.
question I have is somebody, you
Mhm.
go to a card show with what you had initially, maybe it's your first show and
Yeah.
people are buying it. Then what? Like, I mean, what happens when you're cleared out? Like, are you
You're done.
just buying at shows?
That's
Yeah,
it.
you're done. You retire.
It's over.
Yeah, yeah. Had a good run.
No. No. So like I said, when I first started out, I was using my own like collection essentially, but came to a point where it's like, oh, kind of, losing out on inventory that I'm like, I need to start refilling it essentially. I would do the same thing as Boas, is go on Facebook groups. People would always like offer up their collection to sell. Like usually it'd be like 75%. So I would usually buy lots just to keep up with the inventory. And it just kept snowballing to where I'm at now, where basically I'm buying and selling at card shows like exclusively. Like there's sometimes I'll meet up with someone outside of a show, but for the most part I'm buying my stuff at shows too, which is pretty insane to be honest with you.
Yeah, those are some intense deals. I know I've walked by some tables where I'm like, there's like 50K on the table here in Pokemon cards. I don't even know what's happening. It's like so
It's
far
insane.
above me. I'm just like, what is happening? How are you just walking around with that? Like, I don't know. That's fascinating to me. That's not like handcuffed to your wrist. Like, you know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah,
How you just dropping
it's
a little
crazy.
suitcase on.
The people I started like vending with at like collecticons, like the bigger shows, like they have millions of dollars worth of inventory that they just walk around with and take with it. I'm like, I don't know how you do it because that is so much money. Like it's absolutely insane.
Yeah, to have that much of your funding just in I mean listen, they're Pokemon cards. It's pieces of cardboard, right? They're
Yeah,
awesome. We love them.
yeah,
But like
right.
at the end of the day, if it fire hits, you're cooked. It's over. Like that's everything. Yeah.
They're gone, dude.
Yeah. That's really scary to have that kind of tied up into that. But okay, so let's go back to your collection real quick before you start it
Yeah,
because I'm going to keep harping on this because that's what's holding me up. Like I love the cards I have.
yeah,
I don't want to see anybody else touching these babies. You know what I mean? I'm
yeah,
like, how
yeah,
how do you let them go initially to get the ball
yeah.
rolling on this?
So it just got to a point where it was like kind of overwhelming the amount of cards I had to where I'm like, I feel like someone could appreciate the cards that I have more than I could, especially just because like if there's certain Pokemon I don't like as much or whatever. Because I mean I exclusively like pick up and collect Alakazam cards. So I mean that's like kind of my thing. So anything other than that, it's like I'm not like super tied to. So I have no problem like, getting rid of it and helping someone else collect what they like kind of thing.
Nice. No, that's awesome. That was my next question is kind of what are you collecting and how do
Yeah.
you refrain from like how do you separate business and collection? Like how do you do
Yes.
that? That would split my mind. Every time I got a cool card, I'd be like, yeah, it's mine, bro. I don't know. No one's getting this.
It's so hard. I'm gonna be honest. It's so difficult, dude. Like there's specific cards where I'm like, I think I'm gonna throw this into my PC, my personal collection, and
Yeah.
just and sometimes I do, and sometimes I'm like, you know what? No, I think someone else would like this more than I do. Like it's just like hard to kind of like split what I want to do, like as far as keeping it or selling it. But I will say now it's mostly for selling than anything. Like I don't really pick up too much PC unless it is
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
this card.
Brother, no way. That is like one of my favorite cards. I've been chasing that card for like a year, and I just picked it up at a card show like 2 weeks ago.
I need it, dude. I need it.
Dude, wait, you
So
need mine? You need
yes.
back off, brother. All right.
So I have
Oh my god. Oh my god, dude.
86
Yeah.
of these right now, and
How
I'm looking
many?
to get 112. I'm filling up a
Oh
whole
my.
from yeah.
That is
So
awesome.
I'm pretty
That is
close.
awesome. So this is insane to me because that is one of the cards that when I was going back and looking, those gold borders like that,
Insane.
like the red Gyarados, like there's a couple Mewtwo's that are out there.
Yes.
How did I miss these cards? I guess I was kind of out of the game for a bit, but when I go
Yeah,
back
yeah.
and I'm looking at these cards should be putting up astronomical numbers to me
For
personally
real.
because they
For
look
real.
awesome. And the
Yeah.
more I look at that card, like the fact that there's a Lugia back there,
Yeah.
how is that happening? How like that's 90% of the reason why I bought it. No disrespect to
Insane.
Alakazam. Alakazam's badass. But
Yeah,
what
yeah.
is Lugia doing back there? And there's an Umbreon, which is like
They're just
everyone
chilling,
else's
dude.
favorite Pokemon. These are
Yes.
bangers on one card. How did Pokemon allow this?
I don't know. I don't think they expected Umbreon to be as big as it is now when they put this card together because honestly, like having those three on a single Pokemon card is like insane to me. Like it's
Yeah.
definitely worth more than what it is, to be honest with you.
Yeah, we don't want to pump the numbers here because we want you to get your 112 first. All right. Let's
Yeah, yeah,
get
yeah.
those in your
Yeah, maybe
binder.
don't put that in here. Let me.
Yeah, I'm gonna delete this in post. Don't worry. This is not, don't want to ever hear this. But yeah, that Pokemon card is awesome, and I'll throw a picture up for anybody watching on YouTube. You can check it out. Obviously,
Yeah,
you're held it up here too, but it is a
yeah,
banger, and I'm happy to have that in my collection. That was one of the ones that I was chasing for a bit, and I traded
yeah,
traded a good amount of like $10 to $15 cards to get to that, which was like it
yeah,
wasn't a crazy number to get to, but yeah, I was happy to move on from some of the other stuff that I had. That to me, that's like really fun. Is
yeah,
is taking some cards that, like you said, these are really like they got a little bit of value, but and they look really
yeah.
cool, but like these aren't my Pokemon. So
No,
let's
that's
let
true.
them go and let's put it into something else. That's what I'm like
Yeah,
really addicted to when I'm at a card show is like obviously by following you and the algorithm is now kicking me just about everybody's vending videos. Hey,
yeah,
listen, it's a saturated market, man, and you're cutting through it because you're like a genuine human being, which is awesome. But there is so many people out there doing it, man. It's insane.
it's crazy. The way I look at it is like consistency. So if I'm consistent, I'm putting out there and like it's obviously different interactions, but as long as it has like the same goal where it's like start the same, basically end the same, like I think I'm going to get enough traction to get people to watch. Honestly, so yeah, that's the
Yeah,
goal.
you're crushing it for sure, and I envy the amount of content you put out. Like I know sitting there recording, you probably have a lot of content to sift through,
Yeah,
especially when
a
you're
lot.
there for very long time. How long are these shows typically? Like, are you just like it's like longer than a typical 8 hour shift, isn't it?
Uh, well, so like usually for shows, I'll probably get there between like 7 and 8 o'clock. And I set up. Usually takes me about an hour and a half or so to set up, depending on like how big of a show or if it's a local one or like flying to a different state. And then the show itself is usually about 6 or 7 hours. And
Okay.
then breaking down is another half hour to an hour. So yeah, it's roughly about a 8 to 10 hour day, give or take. It's a long day. It really is.
Yeah, no doubt. So like, and that's kind of like another thing. Like, I would love to get into it, but I don't know if I
Yeah,
can evaporate my weekends, especially with the family. It's like I don't know how would I
it's
how would I
hard.
even explain this? Like, I gotta go. I'll see you later.
Yeah,
I don't know when I'll see you, but I'll see you. Like knowing that your weekends are sucked up with this, which is again,
yeah,
it's awesome. You're passionate about it, so it's a lot of fun. And I feel
mhm,
like I would feel the same way if I was in this situation where I'd be like,
for
oh, this
sure.
is sweet. I know it's the weekend, but like I could be
Yeah,
doing worse things on a weekend than playing
for
with
sure. Oh,
Pokemon
you
cards and
definitely
talking
be.
with
There's a
people.
lot more
Like
stuff.
for sure. So what is like your Monday through Friday look like? Like obviously, it's you have new inventory, you're probably pricing the stuff, but like what does that look like for you? And like how do you transition from one show weekend to another?
I mean, basically Monday through Thursday, I'm just in bed every day, all day, just
Mm,
doing nothing.
yeah,
um,
gotta do it.
yeah. I wanted to make that because like I had a thought in my head of a video I wanted to do because people ask me all the time like, oh well, what do you do since you're full time like doing this? And I wanted to do a video of me just like laying in bed on my phone, just scrolling like TikTok or something, and just that's all the video. It's just me scrolling TikTok Monday through Friday. But so basically, first thing I do is Monday, as I usually my off day is honestly like talking to people Saturday, Sunday for like 7 hours both days. It kind of like tears me down a little bit just because it's a lot of interacting and emotion,
Yeah.
all that stuff like that. So plus I put a lot into it. It takes a lot out of me, so I will say that. So Tuesday to Friday is like clipping and editing videos, also like prep work. So the way I do it is I alphabetize my binders. So I have certain sections of binders. Like I do illustration rares for one binder. I do like the trainer galleries or like the Galarian galleries from Crown Zenith in one binder, and just like so on, full arts and stuff like that. And I literally go through it and I take out, what is left over, and I take the new inventory, add it to it, and alphabetize it and put it all in the binder and so on. It's a lot of work, but like I think people appreciate like the time I take to do it. So I keep doing it.
Yeah, no doubt. No, I know it is like sometimes I'll go to a table and I'll look at a binder and I'll be like, is there any like rhyme or reason to anything here? So I mean, I get to be fair, I'm gonna keep flipping because it's like a new thing every page. But like, it
But
would be
yeah,
nice to be like, hey, I'm looking for this Talonflame. Where can
Yeah.
I find this? Oh, it's right here, in the tea section.
Yeah.
Which by the
That's
way,
like
Talon
that's
Flame,
the main
awesome.
thing is like people ask me for stuff all the time and I'm just like, I should have it, and I literally open the binder. It's like this is where it's at right here because I just know where it's at that point. It's
Yeah,
so
no,
so it's
that's
helpful for me and the collector, honestly.
yeah, no doubt, for sure. So when you're doing like pricing, and you don't have to give me all your pricing secrets, but to me, I feel like that would take a lot of time to just sit there, like because I that's all I know is this like look up a single card, find the price.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's how much it's worth. Are you doing it
It,
like that, or is it like there's like is there a bulk way to do that? Are you like is there a mass way to
yeah.
do that?
Yeah, so I use TCG Player.
Okay,
So there's a spot for collections. So basically each binder that I own and even my case hits, I have basically their own section of the cards that are in my binders. So basically when after I'm filling up the binder, I kind of make sure that all of them are in this list, and I go back, I literally go out one by one to make sure they're all priced accurately to the market price. So it's just makes it way easier for me.
yeah, no, that sounds solid. That definitely looks a lot better than like I see some videos of people where they're just like it looks like they're doing one thing at a time and they're just like putting it on there, and I'm like, dude, that looks brutal. Like,
I
yeah,
would
I
never
don't
get
know.
anything done. Like I would never be able to prep for the next show. Like
Yeah,
I bring a minimum of like 6 binders and then like my case hits and my slabs. So like the amount of stuff I have for each show is just like it would take me years to do them
yeah.
like that. No way.
That's yeah, that'd be crazy. And obviously with the market, like it's so crazy right now. Like I
Yeah,
feel like I mean I say right now, but I feel like it's been like this for years. But Pokemon is
that has
absolutely insane. Like it's bonkers right
crazy.
now. How are you making sure that your prices are
Or
I obviously like you said you're doing this during the week, but like you could do it on a Wednesday and by Saturday it's like $100 difference. Like it could be that drastic.
yeah, I mean, there is some times where I will like price out a card on like let's say a Thursday, and by the time the Saturday show rolls around, it is a little bit more expensive. Um, I guess it just really depends on the card. But I usually just leave it how it is. Someone will get a good deal. You know what I'm saying? I don't. It doesn't really affect me either way. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I'd rather someone get the card for a little bit cheaper price than me get upset because they're getting a deal on something I could have changed myself. You know?
Yeah, that works. So that works positively in that way. But what about the other way where they're like, "Hey, this is like $40 off the wrong way." Like, are you just like, "Hold on, bro, let me check this out"?
Well, yeah, thankfully, like that does happen. I mean, if it
Yeah,
does happen, I mean, like I will sit there and go through with the person, like, hey, this is what I see, or whatever. We'll go back and forth about it. But I'd say typically, for the most part, like when I'm pricing out cards, it's usually on a Thursday or Friday. My more expensive ones are going to be on Friday, the day before, to make sure they're the most accurate, because
right,
those changing by $20 to $40 is a big change compared to like a $6 card changing to 5 or 7. You know what I'm saying?
right. Yeah.
So I try to do like the cheaper ones earlier in the week and then the more expensive ones later on. So usually there's no big difference, honestly, between Friday and Saturday, thankfully.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. And yeah, just having that background to be able to go in there and know, obviously you know your stuff anyway. So
Yeah.
you're probably hip to the jive, as the kids say, which I'm pretty sure you would know. They're saying that. Yeah.
Yeah, I've never heard that before actually, so I don't.
Oh, okay. I thought that was yeah. So then, listen, maybe this is what we're going to bring it back. I'm pretty sure it's like a 1940s, like, hey, he's hip to the jive. Hey, he's listening to
I
the
was like, I
old
think you're showing
record.
your age here, my guy.
Yeah, no, that's a dinosaur's term, but we can bring it back and make it cool again. What's old is new.
Yeah.
So yeah, that
Yeah. I like
I'm
that.
counting on you. If I don't hear hip to the jive in one of your future videos, I'm gonna be a little depressed.
I'll
Just so you know,
I'll try and throw it in there somewhere. I'll figure it out.
little Easter egg that'd be sick.
Yeah.
All right, so I know I don't want to keep you for too long, but I want to talk about
Yeah.
Michigan here because I've been to Michigan a lot. I have a lot of family in Flint, the Flint area. It's a beautiful place.
Nice.
Everyone loves Flint. There's no controversy, no issues there,
No,
especially
never.
with the water or anything. Never heard
No, no,
anything in the
no. The
news, but
water's perfect, I heard. Yeah.
I love it. No, but I used to go up there every summer. I'd go up and hang out with my grandparents, and for like a month, like that would be like between school. I'd take my summer break and I'd go up there and hang out in Michigan. I love it up there. It's awesome, and a lot of my my family members are up there, and I just love hanging out with them. What's going on up there? I don't know. I haven't been up there in a while. I probably should go visit some family, but honestly, life came at me fast. It's probably been like 10 years since I've been up there. Like, what's
Whoa.
going on in old Michigan?
Dude, it's overdue. You need to come through and check out a show. It's
I
funny enough.
listen.
There's that.
That's kind of part of the reason I was like, man, yeah, yeah. I got to get Sean's gonna get me to go up there. I'm gonna check a show out while Sean's up there. But Grandma, you too. Like you're the reason. You're not. You're like 99% of the reason why I want to go up there. But then
Yeah,
Sean at the
I'm
card
only
show.
1%.
Listen, I don't know who to please here. I can't do 50-50 with my grandmother. All right. I think you understand.
No, that's fair.
Okay.
I totally understand. Yeah, maybe
Oh,
I'll come with you and hang out with your grandma too. That'd be nice.
that'd be
You never
sick.
know.
I'll see you in Flint.
Yeah, surprisingly enough, I'm doing a show in Flint in 2 weeks.
Oh,
With a couple
sick.
buddies of mine. Yeah, they're flying in for the show, and that's actually funny that you said Flint because yeah, it's supposed to be a pretty big show. It's supposed to be like 500 tables. It's a 2-day show, but yeah,
Nice. Yeah. So how I guess you've like you said, you've been around. What are the vibes like at different locations? Like can you is there like a difference in collector or like vibe in people, or is it just people are everywhere, they're kind of doing their own thing? Like have you seen that in different spots? I don't know if there's like a vibe that collectors have in different regions. I'm just making stuff up now.
I will go to like certain states where like there's a lot of bigger spenders, cash
Okay.
wise.
Yeah, that makes
So I'll
sense.
say like Dallas or like LA. Like I notice when I do those shows, I come home with more cash than trade value, which is
Yeah.
I'm not complaining or anything, but that's the only thing I've really noticed is that like there's certain states that do spend more than trade, which
Yeah. So let's talk about that. Trade versus cash. I mean, obviously, there's different percentages for each, and you're willing to work on it. But I mean, ideally, at the end of the day, or what do you prefer? I mean, obviously, cash, right? But if you can trade into something,
yeah,
obviously, you can kind of ladder that up into something else. It seems like an interesting dynamic. But when people are coming to like, oh, I got trade, what's your feeling on that?
I guess it really depends on what they're trying to trade for. That's usually what my go to is like people are always like, oh well, do you trade? Like I always trade. Like I'm never gonna
Yeah,
say no to a trade. And so that's another thing is I was like, oh well, what do you try and trade for? And they're like, oh I don't know. Well, let's figure that out first, and then we'll
yeah,
figure out a trade. They don't want to start a trade, and we waste both of our times where I'm going through your stuff and you're looking at my stuff, and you end up not wanting anything. But it's like I really don't mind either way. If you're paying for something or you want to trade something, I basically take anything. I'm not really picky at this point. I mean, I get so many requests for different things that if I pick something up, I'll most likely sell it or trade it away anyway. So it's like, I'll
yeah.
take anything.
That's fair. Yeah,
Yeah.
so I definitely wouldn't. I couldn't imagine just saying, "Hey, do you take trades?" and then not even looking at a table first. Like I probably I don't know what it is about a card show as like somebody going through and buying it, but like I'll walk in and then 5 hours goes by and I've done nothing. I've not made a single transaction because all I've been doing is like walking by and just
Just looking.
assessing for
Yeah. Yeah.
hours. And I'm like,
Yeah.
wait, I kind of want some of these cards. Where did those tables go? And then I'm lost and now I need a map.
Yes.
Like I don't know what's going on.
It's tough, dude. Yeah. I mean, that happens quite a bit. I feel like, especially for people that are like, newer to going card shows, like they kind of like try and take everything in, which is definitely something you should do if you're, first time in a card show. Just definitely walk around, check out prices, make sure that you're checking the market price. That's pretty
Yeah.
accurate to what you're picking up, and it's kind of like going at your own pace essentially. Because honestly, it can get very overwhelming.
No doubt. Seriously, like it is, but like I was having fun. Like there's something about like making a deal that I just love. Like a lot of
Yeah,
people hate buying cars, bro. I love that. I don't know why. I'm like,
yeah,
I love that. I love that like
yeah,
negotiation and like the games. As long as you know what you like, if you're happy to leave with what you have in a
yeah, yeah,
negotiation,
yeah.
I feel great. Like I'm awesome. But like if my car's about to explode, I might be sweating. I might be sweating the car deal a
Yeah, you
little
gotta
bit,
make something
but
happen at that point.
yeah, yeah. Now you're my hands are tied. But no, if I already like the obviously the cards were in my collection for a reason, right? Like they're
Yeah.
they either I came across them, maybe they're just sentimental value because they've been in my binder for 2 decades. But if I'm leaving with them, I'm not mad. So like if it doesn't work, I'm okay to walk away. But I don't ever want to be that guy that's like nickel and diamond for like a buck or two. You know what I mean? Like I'm pretty chill
Yeah.
with it, but like you said, as long as you know the value of the cards that you have and kind of what you're looking for.
Easy.
If I see a
Yeah.
card I want, I feel like I can make a deal happen. Like that's
Not
typically
for
how it
sure.
goes. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and, like, to go back to, like, other vendors that don't really, like, engage, like, as long as you kind of don't go to those people and try to do, like, a deal where you could accomplish something, I think you'll be okay. Because I mean, realistically, at the end of the day, like, the way I look at it is, like, as long as the person picking up the card is happy with their pickup, whether it be cash-wise or trade-wise, like, that's all I really care about. I
Yeah.
want people to leave my table happy and not disappointed. So I do the best I can to make sure that everyone's happy.
You're just a people person, man. You're a crowd pleaser. You're the
Yeah,
guy. You're the one for sure. Atomic
appreciate it.
TCG, Atomic TCG MI on Instagram specifically.
Yes, sir.
Thanks a lot, Instagram. Okay, I want to know because I feel like if I was a vendor, this would stick with me. What is like the biggest card you've had in your inventory, like at your table before? Like, have you like the most expensive, biggest, like maybe rarest card that's just kind of like floated across your table? You're like, how is this here? How did this get here?
Yeah, so my buddy Sunch, he gave me the Mario and Luigi like ponchos.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep.
so he had the like the half art versions, like the just the smaller version of them, both in PSA 10s, and they were like signed by like the actual voice actor, and he wanted me to sell them for him, and that's a whole nother story. But yeah, that was like craziest, like most expensive thing I've ever had at my table, like in my cases, pretty
Yeah, and it
wild.
moved. Like it moved. How soon did that move? I feel like those massive cards. Like I mean, they're really cool to look at, but I mean, I'm a peasant, dude. I'm not. I can't. I can't afford these things.
I can't afford it either, man. Honestly, it's insane. It's
Yeah.
insane. Yeah, I mean, this was like 2 years ago now, so like the
Okay.
market was like on those cards were way lower than they are now. But it didn't take too long to move. I probably had them for maybe like 2 months. And then
Okay.
I ended up doing a deal with someone actually in LA, which is funny enough that I
Yeah.
mentioned that before. But yeah, it about 2 months.
Nice. Okay, so let me hit you with a would you rather then. Okay.
Yeah.
Would you rather have two $25,000 Pokemon cards given to you to have on your table,
Mhm.
or 50 $1,000 cards?
Easily $51,000 cards.
Okay.
It
Okay.
the the amount of time it actually takes to find someone willing to like negotiate on a deal for that expensive of a card would take forever. Like I, I'm
Okay.
not I'm not with other vendors where they move that kind of stuff. I'm more so like a vendor for collectors, and like the collectors that come to my table are binder collectors usually. So they're really
Yeah.
hard to like slabs in general are just hard to move for me at least. But 25K slabs would be insane.
Bonkers. Hey, listen, it'd be fun to look at. That's like a
Yeah,
museum piece, right? Like that to me, that's like
yeah,
I don't know. I guess weighing the value of like, hey, did you see what's going on over at this table? He's got two
yes,
25K slabs, and then everybody just comes over to look at it.
yep.
But maybe they do a deal with you, but it's probably not for those cards, right? Like,
No, so that's the thing. Like I've had quite a few like bigger cards, like the Gengar Mimikyu tag team altar in a PSA 10. It was
mm,
at like 3,800 for the when I had it. Right now I have the Magikarp Wailord tag team in a
oh my
PSA
god, I love
10.
it. That's
It
like that's might be Grail for me right now. Like I don't have it, but you see the
You
background on
need
my
it,
phone.
dude.
Let me clear all of these notifications. But the background on my phone is I used AI. Sorry, to make
Sorry.
to make like a realistic version of like the Magikarp Wailord art. I don't know if you can even see this.
Yes, that is
So like
sick.
it's the one where
That's
the
actually so sick.
Magikarp's jumping out and the whale's coming out. So it
I
looks
love that.
realistic. It's so funny, dude. I love it.
Yeah,
But
yeah, yeah.
those cards, that one and the one where like the water spouts shooting the Magikarp up into the air. I
That's the
need that
altar
one.
one that I have in a PSA
Yep.
10. It's about
Oh,
$2,900 right now.
oh my
Um,
god, it's
so like
disgusting.
for those ones, they are mostly like trade bait essentially for me is like I want to trade into smaller stuff for that card.
Mhm.
But if someone wants to pay me cash for it, I'm not gonna be against it or anything, you
Oh, that'd
know.
be sick. That'd be awesome. Yeah,
It
yeah.
would be
It might
awesome.
be me. Maybe I'll see you in Flint. I might do it. Who knows?
You never know.
Yeah, let's talk about slabs real quick, and then we'll play it. I got to do two more things with it, and we'll
Yeah,
get you on the road to your
no
bed.
worries,
I know
dude.
you want to go back and scroll in the bed. It's like the middle of the week right now. We're
Yeah.
recording.
Yeah, you're
Um,
messing with my scrolling time right now, actually.
sorry, bro. Sorry. Slabs specifically. You said that you're probably you're more of a binder guy than a slab, or your customers specifically.
Yeah.
How do you feel about the slab market? Like, are you sending cards to get graded? Or are you just like, I don't want to participate in the slabbing of cards?
Dude, I'm so indifferent about it. It's like every other day I have a different feeling about it, but I think overall, just personally, like as far as like collection goes for my own collection, I think ungraded cards are the way to go. Just there's so much controversy around just slab companies, all that grading stuff, and it's just not worth it, I think, to like deal with that kind of stuff. I do have a submission in with PSA right now, and I think it's gonna be my last one for quite a while, unless I find something that's like perfect that I really need to grade to try and sell and flip it or whatever. But I think like just sticking with like ungraded and like maybe buying some slabs here or there is probably the way to go for me.
Yeah, that's fair. I have a binder primarily. I don't have any slab Pokemon cards yet. I did
Yeah,
actually. I
you
have
need
a few,
something.
and we'll talk afterwards about some of the things I did. But I have a couple at Tag right now. I'm a little curious about Tag. It's kind of interesting. I
Yeah,
really just like the reports that they do, so I wanted to send some
yeah,
cards over there and see what's up. PSA. I like my cards too much to not have them for half a year. I just don't.
it's
I
tough,
wanna. Yeah,
dude.
that's scary. I don't know.
It's bad.
It's yeah, the backlog is wild, but there also is like another side mission where I don't know. I'm a weirdo. I will take your broken and damaged cards. I want a
Mhm.
PSA one more than
Yeah,
anything, bro. I love
dude.
PSA
There's so
ones.
many one collectors out there.
I
Like that's
love
great.
them. There are
Yeah,
dozens of us out there.
yeah.
Yeah,
A handful, maybe. You know.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely a niche thing. I had do you know the Koro Mew? It's like the magazine Mew. It's like shiny Mew is like scroll. It's a Japanese card.
Is it Japanese card? Yeah, I know. Yeah, yes. I think I've seen that one.
So I
Yeah,
had that in a PSA one. I got so many eyes on it. It was only 500
dude.
bucks, but like literally like for 3 shows in a row, I had multiple people like look at the card and like contemplate picking it up, and like end up happening eventually. But it was just like it was weird. It was like the most expensive PSA one I've ever had, and it got so much more attention than I expected to get.
Dude,
Honestly, it was kind of
I
crazy.
love these things, dude. I love it. I don't know why. It's like, first off, you can buy a raw, extremely damaged, beaten up card of like
Yeah.
maybe a grail that you have for just
Yes.
so little money, and then send it
Cheap.
to PSA and it'll be a nice PSA slab. Sure, it's a one, but to me, that's funny. That's part of the fun of it, right there.
It
It's
is.
like,
Yeah, that's awesome.
yeah. So that's where I'm at right now. Like I sent a couple cards that I really like to Tag just because if it tens,
Yeah.
it tens, whatever. I
Yeah.
just wanted them in I probably could have just put it in like a card holder instead
Something.
of doing that.
Didn't have to pay
Uh,
someone to do it for you.
yeah, but I'm a little curious. I'm a little
Yeah, yeah,
curious. So
no.
I'll be curious about the Tag, and I do have a few cards ready to send to PSA
Nice.
to get my PSA ones. Like I've been collecting like the Infinity
Let's go.
Stones, the Venusaur, Charizard, Blastoise from XY, like the XY promos
The promos
that
are
were in.
so good.
I had them. I pulled them
Yeah.
initially in like 2016. My wife and I, we pulled them like she was getting her master's degree in Boone, North Carolina, and the boxes came out. It had the little figurines of like Pikachu,
Yes.
Blastoise, heart. Dude,
So good.
loved it. Loved ripping it. And I
Some of the
had all of
coolest
them in
promos
my.
ever.
Yeah, I had them. I had them all in my binder. And when I went, I'm trying to. I'm trying to do base set or not base set. I'm trying to do the original 151 Pokemon in all
Yeah.
first edition,
Nice.
except for the original trio. Like I'm never going to be that rich. I don't think. We'll see. Like those I've just accepted will just be generic base set hollows.
Yeah, yeah.
But in getting to that mission, I traded away the Venusaur, Charizard, Blastoise that I pulled, and this was like maybe like 8 months ago, 9 months ago. So it's gotta go. I regret. I don't regret
Yeah.
what I got because I'm happy I did the deal. Like the cards I got are awesome. I wanted them back, and I was like, how
Yes.
do I get these cards back? Oh,
It
I'll
happens
just
so
buy
often.
absolutely trashed and beaten versions, and I want to do sequential PSA ones of those three. That's what I want.
Okay,
I want
that'd be
sequential
sick.
PSA ones.
I
Yeah.
like that. That'd be so sick.
So that's the goal right now. I've acquired all three of them, and now my only concern is that the Blastoise might be too nice, which is a weird problem to have. It's a weird
Dude,
problem to have.
I will say like the Mew that I had, the PSA one, you could if you look at it, the back, it's literally folded and like perfectly around the box of the Mew, so it didn't crease the actual Mew itself.
Oh,
So it's
that looks like an
perfect, but
inside
they
job.
creased.
Looks like
They
that's an inside job. Yeah, somebody
Yeah,
did
it
that on
is.
purpose.
No, they purposely creased it to make it a one. I'm like, oh geez, but what?
That's kind of where I'm at now. Like I know I'm not gonna do it, but I'm like, do I have to damage this? I can't do it myself. I have to find it on my
Hard.
own. I can't live with
It's
the story. I can't
yeah,
live with the story of like, hey, I just desecrated this poor
yeah.
card that had nothing to do with it. Like it has to happen over the natural lifespan of the card. Like some kid had it in his pocket. I can live with that.
You
I'm
should
not
put it
gonna
in
bend
your
a corner on
pocket.
purpose.
You should
I
put it in
have
your pocket
kids.
yourself.
I should let the kids play with them. What am I
There you
doing?
go.
Yeah, I don't feel as good. Look at this really cool card. Just don't be too hard on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Don't rip it and we're good. I
Yeah,
should
don't
do
rip
that.
it is the only thing I think you can like not do, and you'll be fine.
Awesome. Okay. Well, it's good to know where you stand on that. I feel like you're a true vendor, a true collector, a
Thank
purist
you.
at heart. I think that's important for sure. So One more thing before we get out of here. I want to play a couple blind rank games. All right. This is just,
All right.
I'm gonna just serve something up. We'll do like best of 5, like a top 5. You can
Top
place
five,
them
yeah.
as how you want. I'm gonna write them down because it's hard to keep track in brains. I don't know how your
probably will
brain
do that
is.
too, to be honest with you.
But yeah, I just put a little 1 through 5 on a paper, but I'm going to try to make this as easy as possible for you. I have a
Right.
link. We'll do Pokemon first, just actual Pokemon. I'm going to do a random Pokemon generator of 5 Pokemon on my computer right here, okay?
Okay. All right.
And then I'm just going to serve them up in order. You got to place them. You got to rank these puppies, all right?
All right. Let's do it.
You ready?
Yep.
All right, right out the gate. Oh, these are some interesting ones. Electrike, the little electric green dog. You got to place him 1 out of 5 here.
Jeez. I mean, he's not bad, but like, whenever I think of Pokemon, like specifically, I think of like their illustration of it, and the one that's in the grass. I'm sure you've probably seen that a million times, and I see it so often. I'm gonna put that at 4.
At 4. Okay. All right. That's not bad. Okay, so we're just there's an electric flow here. Toxtricity.
He's kind of cool. I'm gonna put it at 3.
At 3? Okay.
Yeah.
That is kind of cool. That is like that's a safe play right there. That's not bad. Dubwool. Dubwool. The old where we at?
5.
Where we at? This is
we're gonna put
5. Okay. Oh, for the old dub.
I'm good on the sheep.
That's fair. All right, not bad.
I'm so
okay,
good.
so let's go Tentacruel. Oh boy, this is top. This is going 1 or 2 right now.
I'm scared because if I feel like either way
What's
I'm gonna
better
lose
than a
this one.
Tentacruel?
I'm gonna roll the dice. We're gonna go 2.
2. All right. And the final roll here. Oh boy. Hydreigon. Am I saying that? Hydreigon? Hydreigon? The 3-headed
the 3-headed, yeah. I mean, there's like multiple ways of pronouncing every Pokemon name.
Hydreigon.
Hydreigon, yeah. I say Hydreigon, but I think it's a Pokemon. I mean, it's cooler than the rest of those, I'll be honest with you. So I'm pretty happy with
listen,
this.
I think you played it right. Here for sure. The Tentacruel over Toxtricity, maybe. But I think it played it right. A little disrespect to the sheep. You're
could definitely be like flip-flopped.
Not a big farmer? You're not a big sheep guy?
No, not at all.
Okay, that's fair. All right, so let's move on. This is the last one, and then I promise I'm going to let you go here.
No worries.
I want to talk cards. These are some hot cards, all right? These are cards that you probably have in your collection right now or have touched in the last card show. They're just like, these are the bangers right now, okay? I shouldn't have given you this much. Yes, we're blind ranking, but yeah, we're talking Pokemon cards specifically. Let's start with the Moonbryon, the Umbreon VMAX. Moonbryon. Where are you feeling on that card?
Oh, it's so cool, but I kind of think it's overrated at the same time.
Ooh.
Like there's so much cool artwork in like the Sword Shield era. Like, yeah, the Umbreon's really cool, but is it like $3,000 cool? I don't know if that's the case.
Yeah,
I'm gonna play the middle.
Agree.
I'm scared.
Okay.
I'm gonna play the middle, so I'm gonna go 3 for that one.
That's fair. All right, let's go. The Mega Gengar SIR from Ascended Heroes.
That's pretty sick.
Oh, it's so hot right now. It's so hot.
It's so hot. I think the Dragonite's better than the Gengar though, so that's why I'm like.
Oh, that seems like a hot take. I feel like right now, but I tend to agree. Like to me, this obviously the money's behind this card, but like when you compare it to some of the other things, it's like just a smoky looking, smoggy. Like there could have been a lot more going on. I feel like
sure. Like I mean, it's definitely a cool card, but as far as an SIR, like I don't know, it's tough, dude. Jesus, you got me good.
1, 2, 4, or 5.
I'm gonna roll the dice and put it at 2.
Oh, okay, all right. This is good. Okay,
it worked out last time I rolled the dice, so we'll see.
Not bad. Let's just keep rolling with the megas. Mega Charizard X, the SIR Phantasmal Flames.
That's a pretty good one.
Dang it! Good one.
I should have put Gengar at 4. Man, I'm gonna put it at 4. I'm gonna make it spicy. We'll put it at 4.
Okay, I'm gonna try not to. I'm gonna hope that works for you. Next card. Well, real quick before we move on. The Mega Charizard, to me, is what the Mega Gengar should have been. I think they said it was the same artist.
It is.
Where's the rest of the evolutions on the Mega Gengar, dude? You have so much space right there. If they had just put Ghastly, Haunter, Gengar on it, it'd be sick.
It would so.
Anyway, yeah. I love what they did with the Mega Charizard, but you apparently don't. You put it at 4. You're disgusting.
I know.
Okay.
I swear.
Okay. Next one, the Bubble Mew, Paldean Fates Bubble Mew. How you
I
feeling?
gotta put it at 1. It's
Gotta.
so good. It's so good. I just hope I
Yeah.
didn't screw
It's
myself.
it's it's too cute. It's too adorable. Last card. To me personally, I think you played this right. Last card, Giratina V Alt Art Lost Origin.
I do like that
Going at
card. 5.
Going at 5.
Oh man, honestly, I like all the cards that you mentioned. But
Yeah.
yeah, I'm happy with the Mew at 1, so that's all good. The rest is fine.
I feel like you did pretty good here. Yeah, I know that the hype is crazy around that Gengar right now, but like, yeah, I
Yeah,
do think the Charizard is better. I think the Charizard,
I
like
do.
from like
I do as
just
well.
the way it looks, the art, and again, it's the same artist. I'm pretty sure it's the same artist.
It is
He cooked on
because
both of them, but
yeah,
I just wish he would have kind of kept the same mindset with just adding
yeah.
some of the Evo in there. Like,
Right, when I found
yeah.
out about the Mega Gengar and I noticed that it was the same artist, I'm like, why didn't he just do the same thing as he did for the Charizard? Like, I don't understand why he
If
just
it ain't broke, brother, what are you doing? If it ain't broke,
yeah,
don't
come
fix it.
on. Like, come
Yeah,
on, dude. Give the people what
it's
they want, you know? But
that card
hey,
it would be triple the price if there was like a
oh,
Gengar's face on there and the Haunter and the dude, it would be
oh, for sure.
stupid.
Oh,
What's crazy
it'd
is like
be in pocket.
it's like all kinds of ghost smokiness in this big
Yeah.
empty area. That I feel like he probably had a version where they were in there and
Oh,
somebody
he
made
for
the
sure had
call.
something else. He had something else brewing for sure. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I do think the cool, but I do think also there's so much more that could have been done with a Gengar because, like, the last big hit was the Gengar VMAX Alt-Art, which to me is a really sick card. But for that to like the new Mega Gengar, it's like you could have done something a little bit spicier. But
Yeah,
now
yeah.
what do we
Listen,
know,
who are
right?
we to judge? You know,
Yeah,
I'm not artistically, capable, so I can't
me
really
either.
knock him on it. But
Yeah,
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 he's
exactly.
crushing it. He's got some of the biggest cards out there. I can't really be mad at him. All right,
Yeah,
let's do that. So real quick, Bubble Mew at 1,
yep,
Mega Gengar at 2, Moonbryon at 3, Mega Charizard at 4,
yep.
and the Giratina V, which is beautiful. I don't really have any attachment to Giratina myself, but the card is
Yeah, me either.
beautiful. It is. I'll give it
Yeah.
that. It's not bad.
I was say, I'm
No,
glad you didn't say Lugia V All because that's my number one. It's
is
my
it? It is.
favorite there.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's awesome. No, that's good. That's Lugia's probably my favorite Pokemon. I go back and forth. Like if I kind of hope when people ask me what's your favorite Pokemon, you say non-legendary
yeah.
so I can tell people Scyther's my favorite Pokemon. I just want to tell people Scyther's the guy.
Honestly, Loki.
Yeah, I to me Scyther is like so underrated. It was one of my favorite Pokemon as a kid, especially playing the games. It was like so like I don't know if I ever even had him because you had to win them in like the casino, which was
Yeah,
like insane to me. You might have been able to get him in like the freaking what is it, the Safari Zone? I don't know if he was in
yeah.
there
Safari.
too,
Yep.
but I just never could get him, and it made me sad. But he looks badass, and honestly,
Yeah,
Sizor, I could do
it's
without it
perfect.
personally.
It's perfect.
Yeah, if we're gonna do anything when this podcast is over, we're gonna email Pokemon and say, why do
Yeah,
we not have an IR or an SIR for Scyther? What are we
we
doing
need
here?
something, dude. We need something for sure.
He's getting slandered. All right, he's getting slammed, and it's disgusting.
Yeah, he'd
But
even
yeah,
get like a full art Scyther for like Paldean Fates. Like he got a baby shiny. It's like, come on, give
dude,
him something, dude.
the absolute disrespect. I know people want that more than some of the other crap that they're pushing out. All right, I
For
just
sure,
know it. Like
100%.
Trubbish is cool and all, but like, come on, it's literal garbage. All right,
Hey, don't
what are we
slander
doing?
Trubbish. Don't. He's
Yeah, you're right. You're right. He deserves more than that, but still, he's you get what I'm saying. It's actual garbage. Yeah.
yes, yes, yes.
Sean, it's been awesome. I appreciate you taking the time. This has been like to me, anybody in my friend group too that's like all about Pokemon right now. We're
Yeah,
watching your videos and we're
thank you.
like, dude, this are we doing this? Like, are we gonna make this happen? Maybe down the line we'll be vending shoulder to shoulder, or maybe I'll just come to your table randomly and show up. But we'll see you on the other side, man. I appreciate you taking the time. That sounded morbid. You're not gonna die. We'll see you at
Yeah,
the next show.
yes,
I
sir.
for sure want to come up there and visit. I'm bringing my grandmother, and we're gonna come buy Bubble Mew from you.
Yeah, dude, bring Granny. I got a bowl me for you. Okay.
Yeah, awesome. All right, before we go, plug the socials one more time. I want people to get, obviously they're gonna follow you. It's gonna be on the post. If you're listening to this already, you already know it's Atomic TCG, and you can get it all in the description as well. I'll tag your YouTube channel for people who are watching, and I'm gonna stop babbling and let you cook here.
Appreciate it. Yeah, drop me a follow on Atomic TCG on Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok, and then Atomic TCG MI on Instagram.
My man. All right, I'll catch you on the flippity flop, which is again what the kids are saying on the street.
Yep, I heard that.